Jim, it's just that he was fighting at such a furious pace in those first 3 and 4 rounds that he had to slow down some.
Red marks around the right eye of David Tua, abrasions on the outside of his cheek. You saw Ibeabuchi's punch output dropping 68 blows in that last round. That's still an extraordinarily high punch output for a heavyweight, but far from the 91, 91, 95 with which he opened the bout. Now Tua driving Ibeabuchi back with the left hook. Tua's got to keep working to the body and keep trying to bring that right hand down. Now the right hand lands across the top for Tua. Ibeabuchi coming back with left hooks of his own. War of attrition in Sacramento. Can David Tua wear down Ike Ibeabuchi and overcome what would appear to be an early lead on the scorecards for the Nigerian upstart? Feinting with the right and firing the left hook. Tua starting to get some room to work and getting a little bit more of a sense of himself in there as round 6 progresses. And remember, it's scheduled for 12. Ibeabuchi losing some snap on his punches. That quick left hook by Tua. Best round so far for the New Zealander. Tua blocking Ibeabuchi's left with his right hand. Stepping in behind the jab. Ibeabuchi not defending himself nearly as well now as was the case in the earlier rounds.
But he's showing to himself to be a little bit more versatile, getting a blow by standing outside and scoring with some lighter punches, and Tua has no answer there.
As Ibeabuchi's punch count drops, he uses his hands less, starts to use his feet more, trying to create distance between himself and the hard punching Tua. Ibeabuchi fighting much more defensively now, responding to what Tua does. The combinations belong to the Samoan-born New Zealander. Ibeabuchi being reduced here in round 6 to 1 punch at a time. Now he tries to throw a combination, and Tua counters it with a left hook. Right hand in close by Tua. Best round of the fight for David Tua.
That was an odd statement from Curtis Cokes in the corner when he said to his fighter, "Don't quit." What did he see, or what does he know that we don't? We didn't see any quit. We just saw him slowing down a little, which would seem to be normal.
But I think he didn't like seeing Ibeabuchi on the defensive and Tua dictating the action so clearly as was the case in the last part of round 6. So now Ibeabuchi will try to seize the initiative in the fight again, but he's backing up, popping the jab out there, not landing power shots or throwing in combinations the way he was earlier in the bout. Tua getting more and more assertive. Starting to live by the jab, and it's not nearly as effective as it was when he was firing combinations behind it. Tua slowing down just a little bit in the 7th as compared to what he brought in the 6th. Easier for Tua to land right hands across the top than it is for him to get in his vaunted left hook. See David go into that hard right over the top just like that. And Ibeabuchi answers with a right hand over the top of his own.
Right, hold. Watch your head in there.
become another power punching round for Tua. More and more of the right hand leading for Tua, and now he gets in a left hook behind it. Ibeabuchi not nearly as assertive now as he was in the first 4 or 5 rounds of the fight.
And David Tua just keeps coming as his type of fighter has to do. This is what has made him special up to this point in his career.
The relentlessness of Tua. Hard right hands and the power left hook. Defining round 7 as the bell approaches.
You heard Curtis Coates, the trainer, who senses that Tua is coming on and feels that his fighter has to make a stand here, not to let it get away from him.
Curtis Coates told us about Ike Ibeabuchi. He said he has more desire than any fighter I've ever known in the game, and that's saying something because Curtis Coates has been in the game more than 40 years. He's going to need all of that desire and more now. In the last 2 rounds, Ibeabuchi's connect percentage by copy box count is slipping well below 20%. He had been landing at a 50% rate early in the bout. And Tua's connect percentage is rising as he gets in more and more of those right hands across the top, the occasional left hook, and when he remembers to do it, body shots. The body by Tua. Ibeabuchi tries to come back to Tua's ribcage, but without effect. Tua landing a right hand. Ibeabuchi firing mostly against Tua's arms and elbows. Got in a left hook, but Tua landed the counter right hand in return. Ibeabuchi throwing, but by far the most damage now being done by the hard-punching New Zealander, David Tua. Has made Ibeabuchi so conscious of the right hand that the left hook is increasingly there for him.
He's fighting gallantly, but he hasn't been able yet to mount the kind of all-out attack that Coates asked him for. So you have to wonder if he has one left in him.
Tough assignment for David Tua tonight, trying to wear down a fighter who got the jump on him and was more of an aggressor in the early rounds. And that left hook by Ibeabuchi, his best punch in 3 rounds. Lands another quick left hook. As Tua, so conscious of aggression with the right hand that he started to drop it, wasn't blocking his cheek, and Ibeabuchi took advantage to twice land the left hook.
Right. Don't let him hook up. Then look, go back to the body.
We're
with the guy.
2/3 of the way through this fight. How do you have it?
Larry, I got it close. 4 rounds apiece, 76-76. I got it all even. I thought David Tua definitely won 4, 5, 6, and 7. He kept moving forward. He was landing a cleaner, harder shots, and all of a sudden, in the 8th round, I thought he ran into a couple of really good shots that Ike landed. So I get the first 3 rounds to Ike, the 8th round to Ike. I got it all even.
I have it 4, 3, and 1.